going on, everybody? Joseph Hadid here for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community. Good morning, sports family. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. This is your host, Joseph Hadid, for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your sports, your local community. Again, this is WWSUP by Joey. If you search us on YouTube.com for all the latest sports updates that you may have missed on a weekly basis, we're here for you to give you sports news that are transpiring, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be across the world or country. Again, it is TGIF. Hopefully, everybody had a great work week, a great school week, as the kids pretty much wrap up the school week and get ready for summer. I know there's a lot of early dismissals going out there and wrapping things up as we speak. And not to mention, we've been dealing, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Northeast, we've been dealing with smoke in the air these past couple days, where MLB had to cancel a couple games. It is Friday, June 9th, 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Again, this is your host, Joseph Hadid, for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. And let's get right to it, sports family. We're going to start off with some NBA news, ladies and gentlemen. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says there is a real chance to have a new franchise by 2024. The NBA is in a good place based on Commissioner Adam Silver's latest talk to the media before the finals started. Before Game 2 of the championship series between the Miami Heat and Denver Nuggets, Commissioner Silver talked with NBA TV hosts when asked by Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal about rumors of an expansion. Silver answered, at the 12:50 mark, expansion is a possibility. We wanted to get our collective bargaining agreement, which is the CBA, done. So we've done that now. And the other thing is we want to understand what our new media rights packages are, and those negotiations will probably begin in earnest next spring. The last time the league had an expansion was back in the year 2004, when the NBA added when the NBA added the Charlotte Bobcats. They were later known as they were later known as now the Charlotte Hornets. They are now the Charlotte Hornets. They used to be the Charlotte Bobcats, but now they are the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte's entry made it 30 teams in the league. Seattle, which is the largest American media market that doesn't have a franchise, could be first in line. The city had a franchise before called the Supersonics, if you all recall, ladies and gentlemen. To all the sports fanatics out there, they were called the Supersonics, the Seattle Supersonics. They were perennial playoff contenders during the days of Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. All right, so again, ladies and gentlemen, just to clarify, Adam Silver said that there will be an expansion team, possibly in the year 2024. After, they wanted to get the collective bargaining agreement completed, which they did, and now they will shift their focus on possibly looking for expanding teams in the NBA in 2024, as I mentioned. Again, ladies and gentlemen, they had one back in 2004. Again, when the NBA added the Charlotte Bobcats, and now they're later known as the Charlotte Hornets now, ladies and gentlemen. And again, Seattle Supersonics. The NBA used to have the Seattle Supersonics, but the Seattle Supersonics then were discontinued and I believe they became Oklahoma City Thunder. I believe so. All right, so yeah. So as soon as we get more information on that, and down the road, ladies and gentlemen, in a couple months, we would keep you up to date on who those expansion teams might be, and who and especially who will be the runner-ups too. All right, let's shift. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk about PGA golf. We rarely ever talk about golf, but we're going to talk about the subject of golf here a little bit. So we're going to talk about PGA, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you all recalled what happened this past week, right? With the merger of LIV Golf and the PGA Tour. Let's get right to that. The PGA Tour, the world's preeminent professional golf league, and LIV Golf, a Saudi-funded upstart whose emergence over the past year and a half has cleaved the sport in two, ladies and gentlemen. They have agreed to join forces, and the pact is complicated and incomplete, and numerous golfers hate it. They are directing their wrath at the architects of the deal. Let's start from the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, so a lot of people have asked, what are the PGA Tours and LIV Golf? They want to know more details about that. Well, we have some information. We did some digging research for you, ladies and gentlemen, and here it is. The PGA Tour holds tournaments nearly every weekend, mostly in the United States, but also in other countries in North America, Europe, and Asia, with prize pools worth millions of dollars. The tour has been home to practically every male golfer you can name: Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer, and so on. And then the question, ladies and gentlemen, what was the relationship between the leagues before the deal to align? Acronymous to put it lightly, players who joined LIV were forced to resign from the PGA Tour and its European equivalent, the DP World Tour, under the threat of suspension and fines. LIV sued the PGA Tour, and the PGA Tour countersued legislation. That's legislation that is technically continuing. So yeah, that's pretty much what. Yeah. So LIV, ladies and gentlemen, they sued the PGA Tour, and the PGA Tour countersued legislation that is technically continuing, pretty much. So it's still ongoing as we speak, I think. But yeah, that was the relationship between the leagues before the deal to align. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's shift over to some Lionel Messi, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Messi. We're going to talk about MLS soccer, ladies and gentlemen. Messi is going to MLS. That is the latest news. You all heard that, right? Now, you're probably questioning, where is he going? Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to Inter Miami. Yeah. Let's get right to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lionel Messi gives Inter Miami more Instagram followers than the NFL, MLB, NHL, even so to speak, the MLS squad. The Lionel Messi effect is real, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it is as real as it gets. Just 24 hours after Messi announced his move to Inter Miami, ladies and gentlemen, this past week, the team's social media handles have grown through the roof. The Inter Miami CF Instagram page has gained 4.2 million followers in the last 24 hours, more than any NFL, MLB, NHL, or MLS team. In 24 hours, Messi has made Inter Miami one of the most popular sports handles on the platform. Since signing Messi, the Inter Miami following has grown 3.4 times bigger, and that's just the start. Messi hasn't even played his first game yet. In fact, Inter Miami now has more Instagram followers than any NFL, MLB, NHL, or MLS squad, as we just mentioned. So they have more Instagram followers. Yeah. So, talk about some recognition right there, huh? So to speak. I mean, way to get recognized what Lionel Messi has just developed pretty much this past week. He's the hot topic of all, you know, joining the MLS squad as we speak. I don't want to cry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the Oakland Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the Oakland Athletics moving to Vegas is taking a little bit of a wall here. Many people are now questioning what's going on here. But anyway, Athletics Las Vegas Stadium bill, ladies and gentlemen, stalls in Nevada Legislature amid the potential move. The Oakland Athletics encountered a setback in their plans to relocate to Las Vegas and use public funds to help build a new stadium. The Nevada Independents, Tabitha Mueller, Sean Goldka, and Jacob Solis reported Monday that the bill outlining how the stadium would be funded failed to get on the regular legislative session for Nevada's legislature. The report noted that Governor Joe Lombardo could call a special legislative session for lawmakers to discuss the proposal. However, Mueller followed up Tuesday to report Nevada Assembly Speaker Steve Yeager doesn't believe the A's will be included in the special session. More to come on that, ladies and gentlemen. As we hear something, we'll definitely keep you in the loop on that for sure. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's shift over to some NFL news. The Minnesota Vikings have released running back Dalvin Cook after 6 seasons. Well, yeah, that was the buzz, I think, yesterday, I believe. The Vikings and the 4-time Pro Bowl running back are expected to part ways. NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero reported that per sources informed of the decision, the Vikings are expected to release Cook on Friday, officially. So I believe that will be today. Yeah, they're expected to release Cook officially today. Pelissero added, leaving the door open for a last-minute trade. Given the Vikings brass has been unable to unload Cook and his contract for months, it would seem unlikely a team would ante up at this stage. But stranger things have happened. Cook was due a $10.4 million base salary in 2023. The impetus for the 27-year-old's release, the running back has $2 million guaranteed, which is subject to offset when he signs with a new club, meaning with a new team, that is. Cutting Cook after June 1st allows the Vikings to save $9 million on the salary cap this season, with ladies and gentlemen, with $5 million in dead money. Yeah, so, well, the release did come after June 1st, so the Vikings did save $9 million on the salary cap for this upcoming season, but there is $5 million in dead money, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about these wildfires that transpired this past week. Again, folks, what a turn of events that was. So speaking of the Canadian wildfires and air quality, ladies and gentlemen, that people have been sniffing this past week, including myself. I was actually one of those involved in that. Again, as we mentioned, the Northeast was impacted. And when I say the Northeast, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the cities of Washington, D.C., New York City, Philadelphia, Boston. But Boston didn't get impacted much, though. But I know, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, the Nationals game was postponed. I think they were in a red flag warning as well. But let's talk about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, MLB postponed the Nationals game, which was yesterday, I believe, over air quality from wildfires. The Yankees and the Phillies played as scheduled. They played yesterday, but they did postpone on Wednesday. So let's get right to it. Air quality concerns resulting from the smoke of Canadian wildfires, ladies and gentlemen, resulted in another postponement from Major League Baseball on Thursday. And that, ladies and gentlemen, were the Diamondbacks and the Nationals, which they were expected to have their game at 1:05 Eastern Time. That game was called off, ladies and gentlemen, in the city of Washington, D.C. And now, ladies and gentlemen, they have announced that they will instead make up that game on June 22nd. So there will be a rescheduled date, and they have announced that it will be June 22nd, 2023. The league made that announcement, ladies and gentlemen, I think yesterday as well. MLB postponed a pair of contests on Wednesday, as I just mentioned, folks. The Yankees and the White Sox in New York was postponed on Wednesday, and also the Phillies and the Tigers in Philadelphia, as smoke blanketed parts of the Northeast, as we just mentioned. This postponement was determined following conversations throughout the day with medical and weather experts and the two impacted clubs regarding clearly hazardous air quality conditions in Washington, D.C., MLB said in a statement. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the Yankees, speaking of the Yankees and the Phillies, ladies and gentlemen, so because they had those games postponed on Wednesday, they did resume game yesterday, and ladies and gentlemen, we have the final scores for you from yesterday's matchup. So yesterday, the White Sox and the Yankees game, as we mentioned, they did play. Yankees beat the White Sox with the final score 3-0. They had a doubleheader also, ladies and gentlemen. The first game, the Yankees won that game 3-0. The second game, the White Sox won with the final score 6-5. So Yankees lost that game. So the doubleheader was a 1-1 split. White Sox won the game 6-5, and then the Yankees won the second game 3-0. As for the Phillies, there was no doubleheader for the Philadelphia Phillies, but they did sweep the Detroit Tigers with the final score 3-2. For the Philadelphia Phillies, ladies and gentlemen, I think that makes them on a 4-game winning streak. I believe so. Now their record stands at 30-32 on the season. Awesome stuff for the Philadelphia Phillies. It's always sweet to be on a 5-game winning streak rather than being on a losing streak. And the Philadelphia Phillies were on a losing streak, ladies and gentlemen, before finally getting this winning momentum on the right track. So hopefully it continues now that they have to focus on the LA Dodgers on the road these next 3 games. All right, awesome stuff there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's shift over to India versus Australia, the live score, WTC 2023, final day 3, ladies and gentlemen. India, ladies and gentlemen, needs a miracle from Rahane, Bharat, I-270 to avoid a follow-on. India, ladies and gentlemen, will be hoping that their last batting pair in Yakiya Rahane and KS Bharat, that gives them some respite as they stand 318 runs away from Australia's colossal first innings score of 469. Rahane, playing his first test for India since being axed in March of 2022, has had a 71 ball stay in the middle, scoring 29 runs, while Bharat was the newer batter at the crease after Nathan Leon dismissed Ravindra Jandejaya with a beautiful delivery at the close of day 2. The wicket-keeper batter is on a 5 of 14. India also have the tail to follow, which has frustrated the opposition attack in the past. But Australia stands favorites to pull off a commanding first inning lead at the Oval and take a step closer to the world title. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this week. I will see you on next Friday's recorded podcast. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed, take care of each other, sports family. We will interact very soon, nonetheless. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of next Friday will be the last Friday of the recorded podcast, as I will be away for 2 months, going to Syria to see family and possibly get married. Who knows? God willing. Let's see what happens. We're on this 2-month adventure. But ladies and gentlemen, our last recorded podcast will be next Friday, June 16th, 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, take care of each other, sports family, stay blessed, and we will talk next Friday. This is Joseph Hadid for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it out, let everybody know what Worldwide Sport Updates is all about. For all the latest sports updates that you need to know, here by searching us by WWSUP by Joey for all the latest sports updates. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Joseph Hadid signing off. Take care of each other, sports family. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.